Fiddle again folks, how's it all going? I use the INNOVV K5 system. I use a bit of 3M Velcro to attach it on the front of the beak here. You can see in some of the footage at speeds and on bumpy ground, it starts to wobble about and you get that sort of warped effect in the footage. INNOVV now do a specific mount for the GS1250. They've given me one. Let's see if it sorts it out. So, the new INNOVV K5 front mount. Let's have a look. Well wrapped up by the folks over at INNOVV UK. Thank you very much for sending it. Beautiful. Look at that. Really well machined. You can see there it's got INNOVV laser cut in. Solid metal. Feels great. Let's get it on the bike and have a look. So you can see, this is where I have the K5 mounted at the moment. It's just on 3M Velcro type stuff. And normally it works really well. It just sits in there, it gives me nice easy access to the SD card, which is in here. But the problem comes when you hit any sort of bumps in the road. It's a little bit unstable and it causes this to move around a bit, which gives you that sort of warped effect in the footage. Now, the new mount, that sits up here on these two mounted parts, and then the camera sits on the top there. So let's see how that works. Okay, so you can see there, that's it, pretty much ready to mount. You can see we've got these little rubber washers there, another one underneath, like that. Okay, keep these two side screws reasonably loose because that will allow us to get the right angle once it's on the bike. This Allen key comes in the kit, in the INNOVV K5 kit. Okay, so that is it attached to the actual mount now, and now I just need to get this angle right, and then we can tighten up these end ones. Best way to do that, I think, is going to be to connect up all the cables, then have a look on the app using the viewfinder to see what's the best angle. Okay, so that's us with the new INNOVV K5 front mount. Let's get out and test it, see what we think, folks. So obviously I've got the GoPros running at the moment, just to give you a little bit of, not a comparison, because you cannot compare the INNOVV cameras to GoPros. They're not meant to sort of compare in terms of resolution, quality, stabilization. The INNOVVs are purely dash camera style cameras. You could do that with a GoPro, but then, you know, you'd have to be a bit of a wiring guru to set it all up so that it automatically comes on and starts recording the second you turn the engine on. You know, it wouldn't have the parking mode, all these sorts of things, the remote, all that sort of malarkey. So it swings and roundabouts really, but I do think they're two totally different cameras. Anyway, right, I have the INNOVV mic wired up, so you should be listening to me on the INNOVV audio. This is us up at motorway speeds, by the way, and you'll be able to compare this with the other footage I have of the same route when the K5 was mounted on the beak the way I used to have it. But anyway, yeah, you should be listening to the K5 audio unless the mic has gone faulty because it was wet. Hopefully it's not. But I've still got the GoPro audio as usual in my lid. So you can compare it. This is now the GoPro audio. What do you think of that? Well, you should be looking at the GoPro footage and the INNOVV K5 footage. It's a flat bit of ground, this. Nothing really that should worry either camera. The GoPro will be rock solid with its stabilisation. It's pretty much unbeatable, I would say. So I'm going to go over these. I'm just going over the white lines and those cat's eyes there. Little bump in the road here. Is there any sort of warping going on that I was getting before? There shouldn't be. Oh, I just noticed my engine lights come on the tractor here. What's that all about? Oh, please don't break down on me. Right, so a bit of harsh acceleration. Just brake into the 40s. What are we thinking, folks? How is it? Right, so a bit of a bumpy roundabout. What's the stabilisation like? What's the actual field of view like? I don't know, because obviously I've not watched this back yet. So that's 30 miles an hour, normal roads. What's it like? It's a bit overcast today, not horrendous. I was out filming with Chopsy yesterday, actually. Oh, wait there. I was out filming with Chopsy yesterday in central London, doing the next episode of The Big Hunt, best pie and mash in London, and it was a glorious, beautiful day after a long period of heavy rain we've had the last few weeks. So I was hoping we'd get more of that sunshine today, but alas, no. Right, bumpy bit of road this. How is that looking on INNOVV? Okay, so obviously I've not had a chance to look back at this, so I'm going to head back to the orifice now and let's have a little chat about what we think of this footage. See you there. So what do you think, folks? I've had a chance to look back over the footage. I think it's pretty damn good. I've actually managed to find a couple of bits of footage of the same road, so we can do a bit of a comparison here. So if I scroll along here, the footage on the left is when it was mounted on the beak, and the one on the right is the new INNOVV K5 front mount. Let's have a look. Now on the left, it's a little bit unfair because it was a much brighter day when I filmed this last year. But this is a really, really bumpy bit of road, this. And you can see the new mount, the INNOVV mount on the right there, it just holds everything much more stable than on the left hand side. There's some slight warping coming in over on the left here, which you don't get with the new mount. Altogether, I'm well happy with that. If you want this mount, where do you need to go? Head to innovv.co.uk, head to products, motorcycle accessories, K5 motorcycle accessories, scroll down, and there it is. K5 front camera mount holder for R1250GS and GS Adventures. £29.95. I forgot to say, use the code TEAPOT for 5% off all cameras. Back to me. It's a great bit of kit, solid metal, very well made, and as you see in this vid, folks, incredibly easy to fit. So a huge thanks to INNOVV UK and TeapotOne for sponsoring the main channel and this vid. Speaking of TeapotOne, I'm going to be doing some reviews on their new cameras. This is the XV1, which is a helmet mounted camera, and this one is the DC1. This one again, helmet mounted camera, but it covers front and rear. So stand by for those vids when they come. Now if you fancy getting a K5 and you're worried about the installation, I've got you covered. Check out this vid here, which covers the full installation of the INNOVV K5, or this vid, which is a full review. Alright folks, keep doing your thing, get on out there whenever you can, but most importantly, live your life. Woo-ha!